Look like you partnered back in your salad days in Evansville.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give up the middle to Akers. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now Bennett to throw on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Bennett now on 3rd and 2. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Out to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we go. 65, 65.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy.
A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent
Here we go.
and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Bennett.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It was Anthony Averett who got him down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Bennett to throw on 2nd down.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And here's Bennett throwing on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here we go.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kyle Van Noy able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Bennett to throw again. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Jefferson. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass complete to Akers on the out route.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 4th down. Bennett, they'll roll him out right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Looking to throw. Bennett. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Bennett.
Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Rams first down. First and 10.
He'll run out of the gun with Akers.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and
Coming up
10.
at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. The big fella. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Rams nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Your catch, gain of the 25-yard line. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Bennett.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
15 yards on the play. And the Rams first down.
Now Bennett to throw on 1st and 10. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 9 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. And they'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back to throw. Bennett. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football. Full half to be played. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, they had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Bennett. Buying time to his left. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Bennett. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Looking sideline, incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Well, one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Here we go, here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Hey, alert! 21.
On second down, Jacobs.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's caught by Sims. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Man open, it's Goodwin. And some room to run now.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
For the defense, the problem wasn't so much that they let him catch that drag route. It's that they had nobody around him after the catch.
As you well know, when they make the catch, you have to make the tackle on the spot. Those yards after catch are the yards that kill a defense because it keeps drives alive.
Bennett now, throwing on first down.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They'll run here with Akers.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Looking to throw. Bennett flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Bennett gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams are back within a score. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
Taking it about the 1.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He finds his man. Complete. That's Jacobs. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo.
He'll layer this one out deep for Sims.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Now Landry.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Here's Bennett looking to throw on 2nd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now Bennett on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches, don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 24, Garoppolo. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
2nd and 11 now. To throw is Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you've got to think, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Operating from the gun, Bennett.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
Touchdown, LA! Tutu Atwell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Blankenship. It's up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On play action, now Garoppolo. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Raiders. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. But not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo. Didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Bennett to throw. To throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he will find Atwell. That's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
8 yards on the pickup.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw. Bennett.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Anthony Averett picks it.
And the Raiders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
11. Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the...
He's got a man, complete.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
47 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Escaping the pressure right.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Rams 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Off play action. Bennett. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Max Crosby in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Bennett now to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Bennett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Garoppolo looking to throw.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
21.
Garoppolo. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Cam Sims
from 6 yards away.
And the Raiders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. On as the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Van Jefferson.
Touchdown, Rams.
Van Jefferson.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Here we go, here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. The 30. 10.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Cam Sims
With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Rams 28.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 30. 10. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 98 yards.
And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.